Hey, welcome to Spitter Swell Beer Review. I am Jammer.
Yes, and I am the wonderful, amazing Shagdog.
I got Mason Ale Works I Pop Painkiller. It's a fruited tarted ale with pineapple, orange, and coconut. BA says it's a fruited kettle sour. Sticking with the theme so far, Shagdog. It's 5.5 ABV. So I'm going to go ahead and pour mine.
Hey, Jammer, and I'm doing a Harpoon's Dunkin Pumpkin. It's 84 on Beer Advocate. It's a pumpkin beer, 5.2% ABV. Inspired
Is that
by
a holdover from your...
No, I just bought it. It was on the shelves from the liquor store I bought it. So it's got a date on December 23 on it. So hopefully it's still good. Pumpkin fall, spices, splash of coffee, this fall tree is another tribute to all the days that Dunkin has helped us fire up the brew kettle. Not my kind of brew. Anyhow.
Well, this was a collaboration with Barrel Theory St. Paul. I don't know.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
But it says canned and brewed Mason Ale Works in San Marcos, California. But yeah, it does have a pineapple, orange, coconut smell. It almost smells like an orange creamsicle with coconut. So this is going to be interesting. Seriously, it's going to be very interesting. Got a nice milky orange color, like a orange sickle pop, you know. And the head is quickly dissipated.
Wow.
Go ahead while I'll take a sip of mine.
Disgustingly brownish orange. There's some floaties floating around. I could tell, even with the darkness on it. I saw a couple floaties, but the smell, not hardly any smell coming off at all. Slight pumpkin, slight coffee, very, very light. I can't pick it up that much. So that means it should be all right then, right? If it's not smelling real bad, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Unless that thin half a pinky head is hiding all the horrible smell on it.
Yeah, that's probably what it does.
And it probably is.
I'm going to tell you right now, Shagdog, this one tastes like Max Factor makeup. How do I know what Max Factor makeup tastes like? Kissing my mom on the cheek.
Okay. That's how kiss my mom on the cheek. Okay, I got
you. And her Max Factor makeup.
She uses Max Factor. That's cool.
And that's what it tastes like. Does have like a pineapple orange, but it's like flat flavor. It's not vibrant or full of flavor. It's just kind of flat. And it just tastes like makeup.
Wow.
I don't, the concealer, they put out the concealer on, and even the lipstick has that kind of flavor,
What's the other stuff called? It's like a base.
Foundation?
Foundation, yeah. Like building a building.
It's like a base.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But they're building a building on their face. Oh, I got the foundation going.
It's called bongo.
Yeah.
It's drum. No, it's foundation, yeah. Yeah.
And this tastes like almost some of those other coffee pumpkins we had, but very light. It's a light coffee, light pumpkin. Not real bad. It's easy to drink.
Mm-hmm. Mine has got a lot of CO. It doesn't have a lot, but it is bubbly. It's constantly sending up little tiny bubbles. So it's not like it's full of carbonation, but it's there.
Can you see that sediment on the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot, huh? I felt something in my mouth.
And that's coffee grounds.
You think that's what it is?
No.
That's what it felt like in my mouth, yeah. That's what she said.
Yeah. Mine, it was promising. It had the smell of like a creamsicle almost with coconut and pineapple. Then turn around and get the flavor, and it's kind of just bland, not vibrant at all. Not like the can with all the multicolors and everything. And then on top of that, it tastes like makeup. I can't really say it's the greatest beer, but it's not the worst. It has kind of a fruity burp retaste. because I just burped and I tasted it again.
Now I don't know because I
It's
thought I
got the
saw.
pineapple,
Oh,
coconut,
go ahead.
orange, almost like a cherry in there too. But makeup's the flavor I'm getting. Max Factor concealer,
See, it was on sale for
beige.
$1.99. Usually they charge about $2 or $3 for most of their beers. $2, $1.99 for this one.
Yeah.
I hope it's December 23, not 22. But I think they had a variety pack for the pumpkins, like different types of pumpkin coffees or some shit, if I recall. I thought I saw a 12 pack of it.
I know Dunkin'. Yeah, they did. They did. Harpoon, I think, had a variety.
Yeah, there's like 4 different pumpkin coffee beers in there. I was gonna buy it, but I was like, for the price for a 12 pack, I was like, I don't need all that pumpkin coffee. That was back in
Well, you're
September.
not sparing no expense then.
Well, I don't like buying variety packs unless I know for sure I like all 4 beers.
You have to suffer through Shagdog.
Man, I spent yesterday. I spent fucking. It was over $100 on beers. Yeah.
Like I bought a variety pack, and it's Kona variety pack.
Oh yeah.
I got 4 different beers, and it was buy one get one, so I got 2 12-packs.
Oh, does it have the coconut brown?
No.
See, I haven't seen that one in years.
See, it has the longboard and the blonde Kona Light, and then it has an IPA one and has another something like. Anyway, I bought it. It tasted okay. Not the greatest beer, but they taste okay, and I'll do reviews on them here. Yeah. But I have an extra 12-pack just for the hell of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we did that one time when we went to what was that down there by Maria Isla. What the hell's the island down there? And we went to Florida.
Anna Maria Island.
We went south to there on Longboat Key, right? Yeah. And we bought a 12-pack variety of longboard, but it was like the Fire Volcano or whatever it was. The little weird ones they had. And we probably had that. I think you had that beer for a while too. What we had left over.
Yeah. But overall, this beer doesn't. It's not real offensive or anything. So I just give it a C and a swallow. I mean, it's drinkable. It's just that you got to be
and might be coffee.
Aware of the fact that it's going to have like a makeup taste. I don't know any other way to explain it. Tastes like Max Factor concealer, beige makeup.
Now, how long do you think this relationship will last, Dunkin' and Harpoon?
It'll only last for a little while, and then it'll be gone.
Couple years, maybe at the most.
Maybe
unless it's a big seller, but
unless it was, unless it was very successful this past year, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Isn't this like the second year they've done it though?
I think so. Maybe. I mean, it might be.
So it must have been successful enough for them to do it for 2 years.
Yeah, because you think just by having Dunkin' on there, Dunkin' Pumpkin, some girls might not even drink beer. Like, oh, Dunkin' Pumpkin beer, I might have to try that. You know what I'm saying? Those girls that like the Dunkin' Pumpkin. Yeah.
Let's see, Harpoon.
Let's see. October 23. Check out the reviews.
They had a mix pack.
22. Yeah, so it's been out 2 years, definitely. I see reviews back in 22, fall of 22.
So, yeah, I'd say that it's been successful enough for them to carry it for the past 2 years. Yeah. They'll last for a little while, but overall, Dunkin' gets involved with a lot. I mean, they even have special arrangements with, I think it's Pepsi that they carry to have orange caps on all their beverages.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What kind of cap did that one have?
It had a Harpoon cap.
But was it orange?
No, that's the red Harpoon.
Oh, okay.
Regular Harpoon.
But they usually put on any of their beverages that they buy from Pepsi a orange cap. And it's just a gimmick. I mean, who cares if it has an orange cap or not? It's just like the sodas themselves. I mean, you got Pepsi Glow Blue colored cap, and then you got all these other caps. And as in the aspect of a consumer, I don't care if it's blue, green, red, or what. I care whether the product's good, if I can get it for a good price, and it's been produced in a clean environment and it's safe to drink. Basically.
I don't want to drink that sediment. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there.
You know what I mean? I don't care anything about the can. I don't care about the tabs on the can being a different color. Anything that makes it cheaper for me to buy, I'm for.
Yeah, it probably makes somebody upper echelon of corporate happy. Oh, we got an orange caps in there. I voted for that.
It's a marketing gimmick.
Yeah, and so I thought of that. Oh, I'm special.
Justify their jobs.
Yeah.
What do you do here?
That's the type of job
I came up with the fact that we should have a black tab for all the zero drinks,
Yeah, I wish I had a job like that. Just come up. Okay, you make the decisions like that. Stupid shit, Oh, you change the forms. Yeah. You're the form changer. Every year, keep your job. Just change the way the form format is. Whatever.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't even change the basic form itself.
Right. They might change the signature line.
Move certain things.
Right. They might add one or two things to it,
Yeah. And then, you can't use that form anymore. It's the old form. You got to use this new form.
Yeah. And then all they did is move the signature line or the date, where the date goes or something. Yeah.
And it's like, what's the point? You cost the company how much money and to change this, and what was the point?
Look, where I work,
what purpose of it serving?
They do a remod, and it's based on sales and stuff like that. But I'm like, okay, you shorten something that sells good. It has like a 4 face on it. You shrunk that down to a 1 or 2 face. So now, but the orders keep coming in almost the same, not quite as much, but of that product. So now you got a lot of overstock. I'm like, who the hell does this shit? If you're going to do that, stop the orders beforehand, or something. You got like a month before it kind of catches up with each other.
Well, the problem with Walmart is that they sell the facings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if Campbell's is in there, they have to buy so much shelf space for how many facings they have.
Oh, really? Okay.
So what happens is that when a company doesn't want to pay for it, they don't want to pay for the facings.
Oh, so they'll put them on like the bottom shelf or whatever.
Yeah. The items that the people see the most are the ones that are in mid range.
Yeah, like chest to eye level.
Yeah, and I'm talking about a lady's chest up, to a man's height.
Yeah, like an average of 5'4".
Yeah, and as far as and those are going to be the big sellers most of the time, or they'll put the big seller on the bottom, and they'll put the other stuff that doesn't sell as much in the middle, just so that you see it and maybe you'll buy it.
That's why I had to question certain orange juice. I'm like, this orange juice is so good. It used to be a 4 face. It's a 2 face. Now they're calcium, which didn't sell good. Used to be like a 1 face. They got that as a 4 face now. I'm like, why did they do that? It doesn't sell. And they moved it up above because they wanted to sell more of it. I'm like, it still ain't selling.
The funny thing, when I was a kid and working at the grocery store, I turned around and I didn't care about the facings. What I cared about is whether or not I could make my carts as light as possible, to where I didn't have to carry any stock back or back and forth, or I didn't have to do any rework and everything. And you know what rework is, right? Whatever's left over in that case, you put on a cart and take it to the back to store it.
Right.
Whenever you have to get rid of it, you bring the cart back out and rework
we call it. Yeah, we call it something. Yeah, we don't do that in our shift, but yeah.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is I would turn around and go and if I had
Sometimes.
enough cans to fill up one space, one facing, extra than it was, like it's supposed to be three facings, and I had enough cans to make a four face to get rid of that case. I made a four face,
Oh yeah,
or I put it behind the other cans of the other
the
product
ones
that
next
wasn't
to it.
selling
Yeah.
as much to make it look like it was full. And so my
Right.
shelves always looked full, and my carts was low. And but
Yeah.
I ordered the stuff. That's the difference. I ordered it.
Yeah. Now, supposedly they say with us, it orders computers order it, but there's a guy going around, also the team lead or whatever of that department. If it's empty, he's not checking the system, what's in the bins in the back or whatever. He's just ordering more shit. And there's stuff. So someone's reworking the overstock,
Yeah.
and he's ordering new shit where he doesn't have to. There's enough shit in overstock. So it's like ridiculous. It's just. There's got to be a better way, or hire some smarter people. Or
Well, the
something.
idea of the whole system is that they would when the can is scanned, if a case comes like in 24 in a case, once 12 cans or more are scanned, it orders another case
Right.
automatically, so that you
Yeah.
never run low. You always have it on hand.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be set up. Whatever if it's a 12 in a case, then it's 6 or more. 6 cans sell. It's ordering the case automatically.
Right. Well, I got like certain creamers that come in, 6 in the package, right? I only sell 2 that day. The next day I come in, there's like 2 or 3 new ones. I'm like,
That's because somebody's went in there and adjusted it, or they went and ordered it themselves.
yeah, or the numbers are off or something. Yeah. Yeah.
But once it's gone through the system of the register out the door, it's supposed to scan that, and it's supposed to register into the computer system. It's supposed to acknowledge, okay, so many cans have sold, so now we reorder.
See, and I can't even do it because I could go in there and say, okay, it says we got so much on the shelves. And I could put it in, hey, well, this is wrong, but someone else has to approve it. So, and they have to come over and check it later. They can't take my word for it. They should give you a test or IQ test. Hey, yeah, you're smart enough to do that or something,
You're doing away with somebody's job that just goes around and checks that stuff.
Yeah, that's the job I need. Shit.
They go around and say, oh, yeah, Shagdog was correct on this.
But I would never want to be a team leader or they call them supervisor coaches there. I would never want to be that because shit runs downhill on them. Us, they could yell at us all they want. There's nothing really they could do to people that are, There's people who don't even work. I mean, unless they're like blatantly not working, refusing to work, they can, unless they're going really slow, they fire like really slow people. But people are just going at an average pace, taking their breaks early, 10 minutes early, leaving. Shit, they don't do shit to nobody.
Well, that's because the great exodus of 2020.
Yeah.
Most regular workers have found side gigs to make money.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to do, Shagdog, is find you a good side gig to make money. And to be realistic, let's face it, the only way you truly build enough wealth is to either have money making you money,
right,
making residual income, residuals on whatever you've done before, like people who do music or movies and stuff. Like, they make residuals.
Yeah, like TV shows or whatever.
Yeah. So you're getting paid not only for that you're doing that work once, but now you're getting paid every time they show it.
Right. Or a pension.
Or play it.
Which kind of hard to come by these days.
Pension ain't going to be the one that gets you get you rich or make you a lot of money.
Not rich, but I mean, you figure you work for the government and you get $1,600, $2,000 a month.
Like I said, you got to think in the regards of what's going to make you money and make you rich.
Yeah, but how many Happy Days episodes are being played right now? Is Richie Cunningham getting rich from that?
No, they only get paid for so many years, and then that's it, depending on the contract. Now, Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island, Donna Wells, Her contract was that she got residuals for the rest of her life.
Oh, really? She's dead now, though.
Yeah, well, her.
So they're all dead now, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think she was the last one.
Maybe Ginger's still alive.
I thought Ginger died. Let's check. She
But what
might
I was
be.
going to say is her contract, her
Ginger
and
still alive?
Sherman, what's his name?
According to
Sherman.
Slash Film, Tina Louise, Backus passed away in 1989, Hale in 1990, Schaefer in 1991,
Oh.
Denver in 2005,
She's alive.
Johnson in 2014,
She's 90 years
and
old
Wells
on
in
February
2020.
11th.
Who?
Tina Louise remains the only member
Ginger.
of the main cast still alive in 2024.
The one that looked the worst all these years is the one that's still alive.
Yeah. Figures.
She looked good back in her young days.
But I would say her Donna Wells and Sherman. What's his name? Sherman.
Is it Don or Dawn?
Dawn. What was the guy's name that created the show? Sherman.
It wasn't Tim Crane. I know that. Who created Gilligan's Island? Sherwood Schwartz.
According
Yeah.
to Wikipedia, Sherwood Charles Schwartz was an American television screen.
Yeah, we know. Okay. He and her are the only ones that continue to make money from Gilligan's Island.
How'd she get a contract like that? Was she blow somebody?
Her ex-husband pushed for it.
Oh, so he got it from Sherman Schwartz.
When she was married to him, she basically played her agent, and got her that contract, which was unheard of, and nobody thought anything of it because, oh yeah, sure, we'll give you the future residuals because we don't know what boom, 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 but he got it for her, and though she got divorced from him, she had said that she loved him for that.
Oh yeah, of course, women love all men for money. You think so? I'm thinking it's not sexual. It's nothing sexual with Sherman Schwartz. It's just they didn't think the show wasn't going to make money in the future, so they went ahead. Yeah,
back then they didn't have. Think about it. They didn't play reruns all the time.
Right, that's true. Back in the '60s, or
that was the late '60s, early '70s, right?
Yeah, when and probably the '70s was when they started really doing reruns. Happy Days.
So basically the '70s. That's when the Gilligan's Island was pretty happening, I guess.
Yeah.
And they thought, oh yeah, whatever. It's not going to make that great. They didn't think nothing of it. But yeah, she got paid up to end her life. Maybe her estate's maybe still getting paid. Who knows?
Yeah, it's pretty sad that a lot of TV shows don't get these reruns like they used to.
Well, that's everybody wants to make their own material now.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they are on.
They don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, Nick at Night and stuff like that. They show them now, but that's it. The regular channels, I don't think have.
Yeah, well, even Nick at Night and all that stuff. I mean, come on, Nick at Night with all the different programs they could have had 3 or 4 different channels. Nick.
Yeah, but a lot of the shows, I mean, surprisingly, man,
they could have had murder mystery shows.
Right, you think you could stream some of those shows now, but you go to look for them unless you got something because they want money for this. Oh yeah, buy this up. What? The show came out in the '70s. You want me to buy the fucking season?
Or even worse, it came out in the 50s or 60s, and they made their money 10 times, 50, 100 times over, and now you want me to pay for it again?
Right, and they're ripping off older people because that's the older generation trying to watch their shows, rekindle their youth, whatever, nostalgia, and they can't do it because they got to pay for it. Shit.
Yeah, and to tell you quite honestly, those shows and everything were much better, even though, granted, there's some that weren't, but majority of the shows back in the day were much better, even though they were simple shows.
Yeah.
Than what we have today. There's a few shows today that are good and I like and all that stuff and pretty imaginative or pretty interesting or pretty
good drama or something.
Yeah, but for the most part, a lot of those older shows were much better. I mean, at least they didn't drag you along for a whole year,
Right, and lighthearted. Simple humor. Nothing like pushing their agenda on you or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, even though that like Quincy, if you watch Quincy over again today, you're going to find out he took a very liberal view on almost everything. And so there was an agenda there, but he didn't do it all the time, and he got up on a soapbox and make a speech every so often and all that stuff. But for the most part, it stayed mainstream.
Was that Quincy MD?
Yeah.
Wait, was that the 80s?
I think that was late 70s, early 80s, maybe.
Is that the guy that played in Odd Couple?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Jack
that might have
Klugman.
been. I think that might have been the early 80s. Jim.
Jack Klugman.
Yeah, I never watched it, so I didn't know. So. You watch all the shows. You're like that guy from MTV. Remember him? Remember the game show from MTV? You're kind of like him. Keith Olbermann. You're like Keith Olbermann. Kind of, Jammer wasn't like the other kids. TV mattered. Nothing else did. Girl said yes, but he said no. Now he's got his own beer review show. Remote control.
I remember watching. That's the funny thing. I watched a lot of TV, but I remember playing outdoors and doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And
you had your TV time and you had outdoor time.
Yeah.
It was like 2 hours watch TV, 2 hours outside. Or whatever.
I played video games and all that stuff when I was a kid, but for a lot of the time I was outside.
My brother used to take us on, Sean, he used to take us on hiking adventures. He'd get the whole fucking, matter of fact, the time he got the whole neighborhood of him and some other kid when I was like 3 years old, he was 5. Mm-hmm. Got a bunch of neighborhood kids run away to the amusement park. And I went and snitched on him to my mother. Sean said he's running away. Go tell him to get his ass in here type stuff. And I go out there and I end up going with him. We go to the amusement park. I'm climbing on a roller coaster thing. Got some teenagers were up there. Took me down because it wasn't running. It was like closed down for the winter. I have spring, whatever the fuck it was. I think it was spring. But parents, I vividly remember being in this picnic area and seeing all of our mothers coming after us, and we all turn around and start running. And I got grabbed by the hair, and but it was a great adventure. But later on, like he used to say, "Hey, we're going on everybody pack a lunch. We're going on a hike up the hills. The hills, with fucking bears up in them probably, or who knows what's up here." Yeah, crazy shit like that when we were kids. Through the brush, getting fucking cut up and all that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, I remember doing the same thing.
Yeah, and then doing our bicycle trips. That's why I like bicycling with the coochie, because we used to go on long bicycle trips, up the hills. And of course, back then I was only like 5. I thought it was long back then when I was a kid, like 13, 12 years old.
Yeah. 6,
7, 8 miles trip. Here we are as adults going on 50-some mile bike rides. Yeah.
Well, they say when kids on bikes back in the day, they would travel up to 5-10 miles.
Yeah.
In their neighborhoods.
Oh yeah.
Just in their neighborhoods.
If you're riding a bike all day long, you're going to drive some miles.
So what's funny about that is kids back in the day used to travel up to 10 miles, maybe even more, within their neighborhoods.
Right around there.
And everything. But it was safe enough for them to do it. Mm-hmm. That's what law and order does. It makes it safe for your kids and people to do things. And back in the day, they didn't have to lock their doors and everything. That's because law and order was there.
Yeah. And usually by your neighborhood or something, you might have, even if you lived in a neighborhood, it wasn't probably safe to ride a bike. Somewhere within a distance, you could find a parking lot or something where you ride your bikes around, or some side streets where it wasn't as busy or something, So
I can remember riding my bike all over the place. Of course, I didn't ride it really far. I stayed away from the main highway, and I stayed away from the major roads and all that stuff. But I rode the back trails, and I rode some of the side roads and stuff.
Yeah, we used to go on adventures when we were kids. Not a lot. We didn't do it often, but like long bike rides up like East or West Hill towards Harris Hill, and we go up there. We actually went up there one time. It was like a family picnic type area up on top of a hill. They had the gliders, air gliders and shit up there and all that kind of stuff. You can see the whole town from up there. So we used to ride our bikes up there. So that was probably from where I lived, probably about 5 or 6 mile ride. So, about 12-mile round trip. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Like you said, 10 miles. Yeah. Yeah. Fun times.
Did you grade yours?
Yeah, I give it I think I gave it a B in the swallow. Yeah. If I didn't, that's
All
what I
right,
skipped.
let's move on then.
Yeah.
We already ran 20-something, 30 minutes here.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're having a good time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
And I am Shagdog. We will see you on the next one. We promise.
Take
Or
care,
you'll
guys.
see us.
Yeah.